Recording for YouTube. Here we go. All right, and we are going live for the podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another. We have to rescan the audio devices.
Yeah, we have to rescan the audio devices. Son of a fish.
We make mistakes.
It happens. Facebook Live gets to see it.
Yeah, Facebook Live gets to see it. Behind the scenes.
Super organic, huh?
There we go. Yeah, that's one of the best things about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Super organic.
Yep.
All right, we're trying this one more time. We're going live on the podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. Yeah. Welcome to another day. Live, excited, ready to rock and roll. We are joined today by Phillip Morgan, Oxi Fresh Carpet Cleaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. And by the way, Mr. Phillip Morgan came via Adrian, who we call Fugatti, right? Part of the Visionary Media team.
Yeah.
And he told me that Phillip here had a great story to tell. So, woo, no pressure, no pressure whatsoever.
He told me already that, but
he put you on a pedestal. So,
yeah.
So here we go. You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, first of all, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
And also being brave and going Facebook Live. Facebook, it's not easy being cheesy sometimes, right?
Yeah, you know what the worst part is I keep doing this and you keep telling me before the show every time.
Audio.
Sorry,
if it sounds echoey, it's because James over here didn't adjust the audio line in, but he fixed it now, so we should be good.
Andres called me on it. Andres called me on it.
Perfect, Andres.
Yep.
Thank you. Call him on it every single time before we go live, please.
Yep.
All right, let's jump into the program. So, Phillip, tell me a little bit about your story. Why did you get into business? People usually get a job, man. Why did you decide to go the 1099 individual, sole proprietor, or maybe an S Corp, C Corp, LLC route? What is that about?
Bro, I had a job. I just quit it January the 12th, actually.
This year?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. So we're in the new trenches here.
I'm like you were talking about. I'm just scratching the surface of business.
Oh man,
Never been a business major in college. I'm a total amateur in this, but you got to start somewhere, right?
You do got to start somewhere. Absolutely.
And kudos to you first of all for taking that jump, man. That leap of faith.
Man, that was. Yeah, I took a lot of jumps this past year.
Dude, this year's only begun. All right,
it's only started.
So this is the beginning. We need some backstory because how did you get to jumping off the cliff here and going to January 12th on your own?
First off, are you scared of heights?
Only if I'm jumping off them.
Okay, all right, me too.
You know what? Okay, so if I go out to the Grand Canyon or I go to the top building, I feel like I have to crawl to the edge. I can't walk and stand at the edge. I feel like I'm gonna fall down. I crawl.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not terrified. It doesn't make me queasy. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Right.
Right.
Potato Chip Rock, that little cliff. I haven't made it to the edge yet.
Oh, this guy. He's the opposite. He'll jump out of planes. He'll jump off.
Yeah, if you look at my Facebook picture, it's a picture of me free climbing a rock. It was like 30 feet, 35 feet tall, and I had never done anything like that before. I just went for it.
James, I hate coming down ladders. So let me put that in perspective for you. So 2 years ago, for my wife's birthday, we went skydiving.
Nice.
I'm scared of heights, but I've always wanted to do something like crazy like that to just like feel that adrenaline. Mm-hmm. And so metaphorically speaking, I was working as a pharmacy technician for Sharp Grossmont Hospital for the last 6 years. And that's a good gig. I mean, that's over $20. Benefits, PTO, sick leave, all that. It's good stuff, right? But I got really comfortable in that, and I hate being comfortable. I hate it. Because I feel like I'm not reaching my full potential, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
So every year there's a change in my life of some sort. I mean, that's just how it's been for me. And I give credit, a lot of that to like my father. My father is he was a huge influence on me regarding work ethic. And so I was a good practice player, if you will. Basketball was my sport. And my dad would have me shooting like 400 to 500 3-point shots a day.
But you're getting your reps in.
Get my reps in. Every summer was like every day, and then when school came around it was like every other day. So I didn't have really a whole lot of time off. I wasn't a kid when I was younger. And so fast forwarding to now, taking that type of work ethic and putting it towards just like whatever I do, I mean, that's what got me here to San Diego, because that was a leap of faith. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri originally, and I packed up all my stuff and I just moved out here with like $1,000 to my name.
Kansas City, Missouri. Where?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Nowhere? Right in the middle?
Yeah, right in the middle of the map.
That mean you're a Chiefs fan?
I'm a
Kansas City?
I'm a Chiefs fan.
Ooh.
Yeah, and a Royals fan. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, they did good this year.
They did.
They did good this year.
I mean, come on now. The last couple years,
we're kicking some butt.
Yeah.
All right. We're
haven't won a Super Bowl yet, though, but that's a different story.
I feel you. We're in the same boat.
So y'all Chargers fans?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
All right. So you come to San Diego, $1,000 in your pocket.
No job yet. Started working downtown at Stingery. It's a nightclub down there.
Familiar.
My best friend hooked me up with that job because he was already here for like 7 years. And basically, I just was working for tips until I got a phone call from the hospital. And then the rest was just like, okay. It was meant to be. I was supposed to be here.
But you got a work ethic. So in any job, there's only your work ethic is going to get you security.
Yep.
It's going to get you advancement.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only going to get you so far up the ladder.
Only so far. Which is why I didn't make it that far in basketball. Because my passion, like with my work ethic, then that's a different conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
my
100%.
father, I can honestly say, he wanted it more than I did.
Yeah.
You know, he was living vicariously through me to make it big because he was almost there and he didn't make it. And so that's tough as a kid to endure that type of pressure, anxiety, all that stuff. So I brought a lot of that with me even into my adult phase of my life.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you like basketball.
I love basketball.
Loved it.
No, he ate it, slept, drank, pooped it. That was
just balled all day long.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's how he was known, basketball player. And then he transitioned to becoming a teacher.
Does he coaching too?
Coach and teach.
Yeah.
Been teaching for 41 years. 41 years of schooling. So that to me translates to just consistency, stability, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing what works, right? So after I got to San Diego and I got married back in 2012, that's when really I got on the roller coaster. Marriage.
Tough one, good one.
It's been good for me in terms of me growing a whole lot. I discovered a lot of things about myself that I didn't even know was there.
Like
it's anger in certain ways. Yeah, man, without divulging like and going into too deep of all of my issues and flaws, there's been many that I kind of found that were like just dormant, sitting inside of me, that was affecting my spouse. So I had to do something about it. So right now I'm currently in therapy, working on those issues.
It's funny how a good spouse can lift you up and tear you down pretty quick.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? But they're there for you.
They're there.
They're there for you.
Totally like a mirror.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I it's funny. I heard this in a movie somewhere, but I use it anyways. Behind every strong man, there's a strong woman backing their play.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Well, at least that's what I heard.
I'm like, from a movie? That's
from a movie.
that was way older than any movie, but yeah.
Yeah. What was it from?
Shoot, I don't know. Cleopatra.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure I'm sure the premise is older, but I'm saying when I heard it, it was in a movie somewhere.
Yeah, because like regardless of what our let's just say our religious beliefs are, you talk about how old that saying is or that cliche is. Well, they was talking about that back in the Bible days, and the Bible has been around for a long time about like whenever a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Like there it is right there, you know. So taking heed to wisdom, man, is definitely helping me.
Well, yeah, having that support factor. I mean, it's the difference between you staying comfortable or you taking your life to the next level.
Absolutely.
Because it's not about you anymore. You have somebody else in your life. So, anybody out there who's thinking about getting married or who's already married and is deciding whether to take a financial leap, there's way more at stake.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about, how'd that conversation go? How did you decide you have a spouse and you're going to decide to go off on your own and you're going to leave that security blanket to something that, well, you've never tried it before. How do you know you're going to be, how is the rent going to be paid? What kind of conversation was that like?
Well, I took her along with me, I brought her in early instead of dropping a bomb on her and saying, babe, look, I know we haven't talked about this. I took her along with me. So this franchise that I was looking at, Oxi Fresh Carpet Cleaning, basically I was at work one night and I was just doing some research because I was like, man, I got to get out of this 9 to 5. And part of the reason why was because of my marriage. Because if I didn't do something, I saw myself continuing to suffer in my marriage, meaning that since I met my wife, we were always on different schedules, meaning like she would get off at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I would get off after 11 o'clock. So we would never really, time. There was very limited time. And that was 4 years ago. Fast forwarding until today, I started working overnight 7 days straight and then being off 7 days, but still not seeing her very often because I was working overnight.
Yeah.
So when she saw me, I was sleeping.
It's not much of a relationship if you're not communicating.
There's no quality in that.
Yeah.
And you can't really work on the hard issues that you have that are there. You can't work on anything. You can't build together like that. That to me is more for a schedule for somebody trying to stay married because they have so many issues. So it's better for them not to see their spouse as much.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, and it's funny because when I was talking to Jessie Wright the other day, and she was looking at the calendar before we raced the February stuff. Yeah. And it was Valentine's Day. They had an anniversary there, and she looked and she's like, "How come you only have one date night on the calendar?" Right, and it got me thinking, like we do stuff. We went, date night last night, and it's not. I don't have them penciled in, but maybe I should have them penciled in because it's that communication factor. I mean, we talk about it with clients all the time, making sure you have constant communication with your clients so you stay top of mind. But a lot of those habits that you don't employ in business start at the personal level, like how you communicate with your roommates or with your girlfriend or with your spouse or with your kids. If you're not actively doing that in your personal life, how does it transcend to your professional life?
Hello.
Right?
What's going on at the home front?
Exactly. All right. So tell me a little bit more about, about what's going on. So
yeah, I basically, we did our research. They flew us out to Denver, paid for everything. That's where the headquarters is of the franchise, and showed us the ropes. It looked good. It felt good. It was proof there that you could be successful, but it was really up to you. They gave you all the materials. They gave you a system or whatever like that, and you bought into it. And so now the rest is up to you. And so my wife was like, we prayed about it, and she was like, yeah, I'm on board. And so I waited until January the 12th to quit my full-time job because at that point she would have benefits from her job because she's a social worker.
Yeah, so it makes you had to take a financial look at where you are to decide when you could take this leap.
Right, definitely, because paying out of pocket for
health insurance is expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No kids yet?
No kids yet. Trying to get ready for that.
Yeah. Making the planned effort here.
This is my baby right now.
And it will take up a lot of time for sure.
It will.
All right, so you decided to go with this model, which is a franchise model. And I'm sure you looked into just getting the equipment yourself and starting.
Oh yeah, that's how I stumbled upon this.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
I was searching for some guy out there looking to sell his business or sell his van and his equipment instead of just like doing it just straight out the mud because I knew nothing about carpet cleaning. And so when I was searching, franchises came up. I started looking at multiple franchises, and that was one of the ones that kind of stood out to me the most because of the credibility that it had. And so that's just how I ended up there.
Yeah, because I'll give you an example. We used to own a game truck company, right? And so when we were looking at game truck companies, we were also looking at, do I buy a franchise model or do I do it independent? And if I do it independent, I was looking at, well, who builds these trucks and who, where is it at? We ended up doing the independent model, mainly because I didn't want to pay royalties on top of whatever,
Fees.
royalties off the top. And if you don't make any money, you still pay monthly, right? And so that was one of the underlying factors. I was like, look, I'm pretty sure I can market this particular business myself. I don't need the franchise to do that for me. Right. And so I ended up going the individual route. You ended up going the franchise route. And now the franchise route, in your case, and now I'm going to ask you, it's probably because of what you knew about the business itself. Right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about why you decided the franchise model. Why a system?
Look, there are a lot of mom and pop startups, and a lot of them don't last very long. They start up, and some of them have business plans and models to go after because they develop them themselves. And there's a lot of those. There's a lot of mom and pop carpet cleaner companies out here in San Diego. There's tons, just as much as there are a lot of realtors and real estate agents. You know,
good thing there's a lot of houses that need carpet cleaning.
Exactly. And so I went with this model because I needed some guidance. Never, like I said, never been in business before. I never even sold lemonade from a lemonade stand. I've always worked for somebody since the age of like 14, 15 years old. And I don't even think that was legal. But so I was like, I need some advisory. And I knew that they did have a system. And then there was guys who have been in this industry within the franchise for years. Not saying that they're not trying to get out eventually, but however, they went with something that they know that, that it, they took a chance and it worked for them. So I have a 7-year contract with this. I don't know where I'm going to be at in 7 years. Hopefully I plan on having something of my own to where I don't owe anybody nothing except for maybe Uncle Sam. That never goes away.
Can't ever get rid of that guy.
You can't get rid but eventually, that's my goal. Ultimately, Zabi had a conversation with him one day, and he was telling me, you need to do your homework on everything about this franchise, all the ins and the outs. And that's very, very true, because I can learn from this system and implement it into whatever my next phase may be. I don't know where I'm going to be at 7 years old.
Yeah, so, it may be this, it may be something else.
Yeah.
This might be the stepping stone to something that you're going to be doing later,
right?
But the keys that you're going to learn in this business are pretty much the keys that you're going to learn in any business.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you picked the franchise model, the fact that you were competent to know that I don't know this and I need help, right?
Yeah.
Because that value, that those royalties that you're going to pay, make sure you get the value out of that you're actually reaching out and getting the help that you need, because otherwise you're paying a fee for nothing, right?
For what?
Yeah. So
a name?
Yeah, exactly. and the name's going to help you for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about branding all the time and having that individual brand.
Right.
And you were talking a little while ago before the show started, we were talking about Andy's, invisibility to visibility.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So fortunately, the Oxi brand is pretty popular. People know exactly when they see Oxi, they know clean. Right?
Exactly.
So you don't have to worry about that kind of branding. You actually have visibility on that aspect. You, I think, you're at the point where you're visible. Now you need to make yourself individually credible.
That's it.
And so that's a phase that I think you have to, work on here as far as what it is that you're doing. So, okay. So you decided to jump in January 12th. What was that like? What was it like taking the reins and then going off on your own?
It felt good. It felt really good. Knowing that I would have some type of liberation from not clocking in and reporting somewhere and making my own schedule and using that work ethic that I acquired over the years to build something for me and my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not waiting on that dollar raise that y'all was talking about that equates to $800 or something like that, crazy a year, right? Knowing that this would be the first step of the journey. Well, this is not the first step because everything up until this point really mattered what I did. But knowing that I can work closer to working on residual income and buying real estate property and having those rental properties work for me while I'm sleeping. Like that's what I want too, you know, for myself. And so, but that's just like that's out of this stratosphere thinking, unfortunately, in the norm of just like what I'm around every day.
Yeah, but right now you got to worry about where am I going to get my next customer from?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what's next? How do I stay here? I'm already here. I already took multiple leaps, taking out loans and credit card liquidating. When I met with my tax guy today and he told me, well, you know, you could have actually bought your house before you and still would have been able to buy your business. Well, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's so true. So I'm thinking I've thought backwards already because of knowledge, I would say. But this year, I'm not afraid to say I don't know, because I think I'm going to get a lot further in my life by just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, people will reach out to you and they'll help you and give you advice.
Right.
Just be cautious of the advice you get.
There's a lot of people.
Really think it through and have your goals set. Mm-hmm. So I still want to dig a little deeper on since January 12th. Mm-hmm. What's your days been like? What are your biggest struggles so far?
Not wanting to stop when it's time to stop during the day. You know, because I didn't get into this working more than 14 hours a day. I got into this to like get myself out of working so hard. But it's early though, right? So you gotta, what you put in is what you're gonna get out, of course. But then I have a wife at home that's calling me to bed. You know what I mean? While I'm still up on the internet, researching, doing things, looking at my books, because I'm doing everything on my own right now. I don't have anybody else helping me with like my books and all that stuff like that. I'm doing the field work and I'm doing
the data entry and the customer management,
closing work orders, marketing, managing marketing. That's huge. Social media marketing. It's just like it's a lot. And so my biggest struggle for me is self-care, which is huge.
Yeah, actually taking the time for that other person in your life.
Yeah. Taking time for the other person in my life and making sure that I'm taking care of myself so I can be better when it comes to giving myself to her.
Have you set yourself up with the daily schedule?
I got a schedule. And that schedule changes because of course it will change if I have jobs that day.
Right.
But my schedule is really right now is set based upon if I don't have jobs. So right now my customers are kind of dictating my schedule, which is not where I want to be for long, but that's just how it is right now because I'm just
you got to pay the bills.
Yeah, I got to pay the bills. I got overhead. I got bills to pay. So, but yeah, now coming to a place where I have a time that I can meet in the middle to where it's a good time to just shut it off, be done for the day, go to sleep, get some rest, and then do it all over again the next day.
Well, I got some bad news for you on that front. Welcome to being an entrepreneur. It will never shut off.
Oh, as far as the mind? Nah, I'm always thinking about business now.
Always on.
It's always on. Hashtag
always on.
I heard that too before I started.
Keep talking to him, but quick question for you. What are you doing to get your customers? How are you marketing? How are you going out there and getting those customers?
Oh, so PPC on Google has been killing it for me.
All right.
Pay per click? Yeah. It's unfortunate that the cost per click fluctuates and it's really high for me right now in my industry. It's up to like, I think I have to I need to look at it again, but it was last time I checked like almost $2 a click.
Yes.
Which is crazy, right? When I first started, it was like in some change. It was like 25 cents, 30 cents a click, and that's cool. But pay-per-click ads is working for me. I've been spending money there. Facebook marketing is good. I haven't really got down the whole boosting thing and how to market my customers. I've been trying different things, and so because I've only been doing this for 5 months now. But word of mouth though, word of mouth is really good. That's always there. That's not going anywhere.
Right. A little bit of words of advice here. Have you started an email list?
Yes, I have an emailing list. So every customer I get, they get a follow-up email 6 months out or a year out. You know, they get emails.
because the email list is going to help with retargeting, like for your Facebook stuff. So as we've been talking to more and more people about, you know, internet marketing and social media marketing, some of the things that I've personally learned, and I'm no master. I'm going to throw it out there right now. I am not a master at this stuff yet, but I'm learning, right? I'm learning. Using that email list to target on Facebook versus boosting. Boosting doesn't really help you at all.
Yeah,
right.
Which is why I spend very little on boosting.
Right.
Yeah.
Boosting, I would even say don't spend anything. The same money you would spend on boosting, if you had an email list of clients, maybe homeowners, maybe we can specifically target on Facebook.
Right.
Or real estate agents.
Agents.
I started that. I did start that.
Right, because we got a lot of real estate agents that have listings that are not vacant, and the people are not gonna. Right. They just don't intend on vacating the property, but you still want to make it presentable.
And lenders and escrow people too, because when something gets held up, because of whatever's going on in the house,
right. And those things make a big difference. The presentation makes a big difference, right? Zabi's gonna come in, for example, and stage a place, but if the carpet looks like crap, I mean, there's only so much we can do. But if you can come in, shampoo the carpet for way less than the cost of replacing the whole thing, it can get the client from point A to point B, which is that presentation that they want when they want to sell.
Definitely. I learned that at the caravan that I went to. I went to a caravan a couple of weeks ago. That was my first one. And so, you know, what goes on in the caravan, they want people to come out and look at the property to see maybe what they can do differently. And so I'm actually going to press into that. BNI, I just joined the BNI network, business network industry. One here in Chula Vista.
Breakfast meetings once a week.
Right. And be able to network those guys. But you know what, though? What I've been learning so far since I've been in this, there's a lot of people that will pull at you when they know you're doing business.
Yes. We were talking about this the other day. Hopefully you're at the point where you're recognizing that you're in sales. Hands down, you are a salesperson. Man. Right? When you're in business, you're in sales. And when you hear a conversation where you can actually be a part of and bring value to the conversation, have the balls to say something. Right? Because you know, oftentimes what ends up stopping us from saying something is because we don't want to come off as salesy. Right? And what we were talking about earlier is it doesn't matter. You hear the one with Andy Cruz, right? And what I was saying is it doesn't matter whether you're the person who wants to come at you with nothing but value, and I want to be able to provide you, the client, the best possible service you can possibly have. Right. Or if I'm the sleazy guy just coming after the commission or the sale. Both of those positions exist. And both of those positions have to ask the person for the business. Right. So which one of those you are, I think for me, is your mindset. How you see yourself. Do you see yourself as a slimy salesperson? Because if you see yourself as that person and you're not going and asking for the business, you're stopping yourself from getting there. Or do you see yourself as a person who does provide service? And if you do provide service, why aren't you asking for the business?
Or do you see yourself as a sleazy salesperson and you're okay with it?
Or do you see, there's the other one, right? I mean, you can be, but either way, your job is to go out there and find the business. If you don't go out there and ask for the business, you're going to struggle.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I met with the first time meeting with my tax guy today, and he was looking at my numbers and stuff, and he was like, he was like, you're not going to make it like this. He was looking at like my sales. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I'm just starting out. He's like, but you're not upselling. And I was like, I'm trying to, but you're right. I'm not effectively upselling. Right. And so, you know, I'm a carpet cleaner. However, I want to provide a service and experience and also let my customers know about the other things that I offer, not just the carpet cleaning.
So tell me about these other things.
So first off, about Oxi Fresh. What's different about Oxi Fresh is that it's a low moisture cleaning. So dry times are really, really low. I'm not coming in oversaturating the carpets and the pads with water. And people like green, right? We're getting a lot of rain, so there's no drought anymore. But we want green products. We want something that's biodegradable, that's friendly on our kids and our pets and things of that nature. And that's what I provide. The other services, one of them is a protectant. So when you get a carpet, it comes protected. That protectant wears off eventually. And then you don't have any type of like sealant on your carpet, so it's gonna get dirtier faster, and
It's gonna absorb the dirt. It's gonna grab the dirt,
right,
static wise, right?
Right. You know, whatever it may be on that carpet, it's gonna dwell and it's gonna stick hard on that carpet. So protecting, meaning that, look, you obviously are a person that likes to keep your carpets clean. Some of my customers, not all, because some of them won't call me until it's year 6 before they need the carpets. No knock to those customers, because I love those customers too.
Yeah.
But certain demographics it's like, yeah, I really take pride in the way my carpets look. Well, if you do, you're gonna need a protectant. So that way, whatever happens between the next time I come back, it won't be as bad.
So is the protectant cover like a refund, like a free service if something goes wrong at that point or something?
Protectant is an application. It's a product actually that's sprayed down on the carpet, and that just makes the carpet exactly what it says. It's protecting whatever adheres or is spilt on top of the carpet, or even if it's high traffic, you won't see that come back so fast.
So here's a pitch. I don't know, for me, I would be more of something along the lines of, hey, towards the end of the bill, right? So this is what the service is going to cost, right?
Right.
Now, how often do you want me to come back? Do you want me to come back in the next quarter, or would you rather I come back and do this again next year?
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, well, of course, next year. Well, here's what I suggest you do so that I don't have to come back very often.
That's definitely what I was told to say.
Right?
You're absolutely right. You're spot on. That's it.
Because it's the value, right?
It's the value.
It's the value. People don't want to have that pain.
It's not just the upsell.
Right.
It's not just putting money in my pocket. I want to make sure my customers are satisfied with the actual service.
This is going to protect you. This is going to, make this actually last.
Right.
When you get your car washed, you can get your car washed, but if you put the wax on, it's going to protect it a little more, but the wax costs a little more. Right?
And then
I'm so sorry. You guys are in the middle of it, but I just want to give quick shout outs, man. We got Adrian Meek, Carlos Amanda.
Fugatti.
Giving up so much love to you, man. They really appreciating you.
Hey, man, I love them guys, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Fugatti. He was the one that connected me with you guys. So
awesome.
That's my boy.
Yeah, we're actually going to go see them a little bit later tonight.
Okay.
So I was glad you came in a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool. But the other product is odor destroyer. I specialize in that. So there's a lot of stinky homes out there that need, they need a solution. And so odor destroyer, what that does is as it dries, it's going to continue to eat that odor up. Urine, whatever it is.
Oh, was it the Brainy Biz that I was listening to, where she was talking about, or maybe it was, I don't remember if it was Brainy Biz, but she was talking about when they were trying to get Febreze to be out in the market. I don't remember. Did you?
I think that was
was right.
That was
and they were talking about
smell episode.
Yeah, the smell episode. So they were talking about when they were marketing Febreze, right? They tried to market it to the homeowner to cover the smells, right? And it was something that they did after they cleaned up. They would spray the smell, but what they found was that when they were selling it to the homeowner would always become accustomed to the smell. The homeowner never understood that their home had the stink. You get used to the smell of cat, or you get used to the smell of dog or cigarettes or whatever it is. So when they started selling it to other people to take with them to cover the smells where they go. And that was kind of a different way of looking at it. It's almost like, do you have friends that don't come over? This is probably why.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? This is the reason you don't smell it. It's something that somebody else is smelling. You've already gotten used to it. It's kind of like when you see hoarding, people who hoard stuff, right? I watch those episodes. They don't see the mess that everybody else sees.
Definitely.
They kind of blend into it. And that's kind of the hard part with smell.
Yeah. And then you have those people who can smell the cat urine, because cat urine, have y'all smelled
cat
urine before?
Yeah, it is not nice.
That's something that's just like your body just won't put up with. You can actually die from cat urine, a guy told me, one of my mentors. Yeah, because it has ammonia in it. Ooh. So high volumes of that will take you out. Ugh. So yeah, there's people who sit in that because
they don't smell anymore.
If they do smell it, it's just they're you know what I mean? They're just living through it,
Yeah.
Until they get money to take care of the problem, whatever the reason is. But the lady, one of the ladies that I service, she didn't have people over because she was embarrassed because of the smell and because of the way the carpets look.
So you providing that service is big. What about testimonials? How you doing with those?
Oh man, good.
Yeah, collecting them via videos. And
video. Just going live on Facebook, talking about the testimonies. The ones that I feel like that are really worth sharing I share them. And so like today I had one. It was crazy.
But is it you or is it the client?
Oh, you mean like having testimonials from my clients?
Yeah.
I haven't really. I share testimonials from the clients that don't want to be on video.
Right.
So I tell their testimonials for them in exchange, and also, you know, it's also a testimony for me because I'm new at this and I'm still developing confidence in this. And so, yeah.
So one thing that might be
Google reviews has been big though for me.
Yeah. Well, one thing that might be beneficial to sell that smell. I don't know what the smell upsell costs or anything. What the cost is for you, but what might be a nice little pitch is request them to do a video testimonial, and as the thank you, we'll do like quick odor removal or something, and it's costing you a little bit to do the odor removal, but at the same time they get a little value added and you get a quality review from a client, because it's totally different if your client is saying how good you are than if you're saying how good you are.
That's good,
right?
That's super organic right there.
And right, and then the nice thing is they'll share it with their friends because it's their stuff.
Yeah.
So you tag them on it, and then they're going to share it with their people, and that's more of a lead. And make sure that when they share it, you thank and comment on every single person who comments on their stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Or you know, something like that I think would be beneficial for you, as far as you might not right now get the dollar value for the upsell, but you get the review value. And that to me makes a huge difference. An expansion of your circle of influence, a possible referral, because now it's the peer-to-peer review, than just kind of the upsell and the dollar amount you'd get. Definitely. I think especially early on, that's really what you want to get to grow organically. You're talking word of mouth. Yeah. Well, word of mouth is great if it's person to person. Word of mouth is even better if it's person to person and social media, right? But you got to get them to do the video. So there's got to be some value added. I'm kind of shy to do the video camera. Well, I'll tell you what, if you do it, I'll do the, either the polish or the protective or the odor. I'll throw it in for you. What do you say? You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's super expensive. I don't know, how your business works, but I'm just trying to,
I will
give you
say
some ideas.
That's a really good idea.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
Cool.
I think I can I have opportunities coming up to do something like that. So just wait for me.
Yeah. And the great thing is, if you compile a couple of those, maybe Fugatti can help you put together a little video clip of reviews, right, of people actually saying what they are, and we retarget using the email list that you created. We retarget that, and we create a like list, which is people that they're friends with. And now you're spending, your cost per click comes down, because now you're spending money with a specific clientele that already uses your service and their friends and family, and you're using your reviews from their friends and family in the marketing.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Yeah.
It's very, very focused, and you're really closing in on that niche. Yeah. Because if you pick up one or two deals off that, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Right? And you just kind of repeat the process.
And Fugatti says, I got you, Phil.
See?
He'll take care of you.
See, I got really, man, him is one, but I have a really good circle of friends around me, man, that really care about me and want to see me succeed. And that's so important, because outside that circle, there was people who was like, man, you crazy for quitting your job. Why don't you stay and work your full-time job and do your business until you pay off everything you owe? And I'm like, that's not the mindset of a business owner.
We talk to a lot of people who have burned the bridges, burned the ships behind them, and just gone in full steam ahead, dude. Yeah. And those are the ones that actually, when they succeed, they have to go through the shit first, man. Yeah. They have to struggle, and it's not easy, and they work the 14-hour days, and they have the fights with the spouse, and the time is limited. But they get up and they do it again, and they get up and they do it again. And if you consistently do it, it's always about consistency, and you find little avenues to manage the time, right? I had an interview recently with a lady named Allie Boone, and one of the things that she talked about when she got into business was, when do I get an assistant, and what tasks do they do? Like some of the stuff that you do that's mundane, the closing POs, the opening POs, the billing, the bookkeeping, all these things can get outsourced. And when you have enough, and that way you can focus your time on getting clients and doing the service. You know what I mean?
I thought forwardly about that.
And
how many jobs I need to do a month to be in a position where I can start, hiring people or hiring a technician and doing that stuff myself,
right?
And focusing on, like you said, getting more jobs.
Yeah, because you're a salesperson now,
right?
Right. Nobody's gonna care about the thing that you can never outsource is gonna be getting in front of the client.
Definitely,
that's always gonna be you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it just is, right?
Yep.
And so if you can outsource the other things, you don't like to do bookkeeping. I don't think you're an accountant at all, right? You don't want to do the invoicing. That's not your gig.
Yeah.
And you can find ways to outsource these things. So when you're thinking about the numbers on how many jobs you need to do to be able to turn around and do this, well, you also got to figure how much time is it taking you to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
What's the value of your time?
Yeah.
If your time is valued at, I don't know, $100 an hour, and you're spending 4 hours a day doing paperwork, well, that's $400 a day that it's costing you of doing that paperwork when you can pay somebody $8 an hour.
That's true. Which is why I stay up super late sometimes.
Right?
Yeah.
And imagine what's the value of that. So if it costs you, $400, $500 a month to hire somebody at that part-time level to do these sorts of things, to manage these things, how much does that bring back in your own personal time value?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, how much of that can you give back to the wife?
Yeah, you know what? So speaking of my wife, she is coming to the end of our master's program at USC. She's getting her master's of social work, right? And she's doing it online. Yeah, she's killing it, about to graduate with honors. And so she's actually a part of the franchise with me, but she hasn't been able to give time to it.
Yeah, she's got to finish up. Yeah.
She's
Masters ain't no joke.
And it's no joke, man. Yeah, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured into that. And so she's going to actually start to help me with that stuff right when May hits, when she graduates. And so that might keep some of my costs down.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess until that time happens, because that's like a couple months out, I might have to look at, rearranging some things to gain some more time back to get more customers. Yeah.
Because that's really where it's at.
It is.
That's where you need to focus your attention on.
Right.
But yeah, no, so far, I mean, thanks for letting me, join the journey. How are we doing time? Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. So thanks for letting me join in the journey with you. I mean, I really like this stage of people's businesses. It's really to me, it's my eyes light up, my brain synapses start going what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I like that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely exciting. We talk to a lot of people who are already at the top. Mm-hmm. And that's cool too. Don't get me wrong. It's great to be at the top, but it's that struggle when you're first getting started. What do I do at this point that, I like to, focus in, because I've done it so many times and I failed so many times.
I heard y'all stories.
Right.
Yeah.
And so those failures come with great lessons. And Absolutely. At least if I can share those lessons with people, just, avoid that pitfall, do this, do that. It's just watching you progress and succeed is going to be a fun gig.
Definitely, man, because this is about relationships for me.
Oh, 100%.
Honestly, starting and making new friends and new relationships and learning, but also being able to help other people out.
Yeah, we'll be talking definitely offline because I think there's a lot that we can use with each other and help each other out to credibility, profitability, right? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna head in that direction.
Boom,
shortly.
There it is.
Sweet.
Right, so we're going to give you a minute here to talk to the camera and tell everybody how to get in touch with you. But Fugatti had a couple things to say. He said, first of all, excitement is an underrated currency.
Hey,
which it is. It's an underrated currency.
It really is.
The excitement has so much value, and people don't take enough advantage of that excitement, and so it's just a really good time for you.
You don't see Fugatti behind or in front of the camera very much, but when you do,
oh man,
that guy's got huge energy.
Oh yeah, he's a character. He's a character. And then he said, "What's your elevator pitch, Phil?"
What's my elevator pitch?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Phillip Morgan. I work with Oxi Fresh Carpet Cleaning, and I specialize in odor destroyer.
Oh,
nice. All right, so here's your time then. Go ahead and you can point down to the screen because your contact information is going to be right there. And talk to people. Tell them how to reach out to you.
So if you look at the bottom of the screen, that's how you can get in contact with me. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys ever need any services pertaining to carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout, I'm your guy. I'm going to supply you with an experience on top of quality. That's the only way to do business. You want to spend your money where you feel like you can trust people. So if I can ever network with people who take value in that, then that is exactly why I'm here. It's to network and to build upon that. Yeah, that's what I stand for.
You think we can talk to some realtors here and give them a Business Bros podcast if they podcast discount if they reach out to you?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna work on some deals here. I'm telling you. So real estate agents out there, lenders, escrow people, anybody who's got a home that you need to put some lipstick on and fix up, let me know. We got a carpet cleaning guy.
We'll take care of you.
That's right.
All right.
All right. Again, Mr. Morgan, thanks for being vulnerable and coming on the show and, spilling your guts. Being open to critiques, criticisms, and advice. Because, again, there's real estate agents out there that are getting started and they're in the same position. Doesn't matter what business you're in, they're in the same spot. How do you take it to the next level? And you allowing us to do, break it down and hopefully give you a little bit of advice here and there. Hopefully it works for everybody.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Cool.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. All right. If you guys have any questions, turn on at csfirst.com, or if you have any insurance questions, James at csfirst.com, and follow us on our social media feed at Business Bros Pod. That's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out. Thanks, Facebook. We love you.
Later, Facebook.
Yeah, dude.
That was cool.
Cool,
man.
right?
Yeah.
It's totally different when you take them off.
Oh, yeah.